The most common question I'm getting now is, Quinny, if you were to build a Celtic stack at limited, at rare, for thresholds, for All-Star Pro, for this and for that, who would your five be? And as much as I love responding to DMs and I do my best to get around to all the messages that come to me through Twitter and Instagram and everywhere else in between, I sadly cannot get back to them all. And I thought, hey, since so many people are asking me this, we've just got to make a video about it. So I'm going to do my best to spell out, no matter what your budget is, the Celtic stack I would build. Now, if you're a Sorare player and you're after more exclusive, like Celtic content that's actually talking about Sorare, helping you pick the teams and the players and whatever, linked in the description of the video is the Celtic Sorare YouTube channel where I'm on all the time talking about Celtic and everything else in between. But we have a Sorare Celtic Supporters Club, CSC, live stream every Monday or Tuesday with me, McBride Ace, and the guys over at Sorare Odyssey. And if you're a Celtic fan looking to find out how to play Sorare stuff, I'll get you up to speed with where I see the current Celtic stack, probabilities and viabilities if you are playing around with it today. If you're new and you haven't even opened up your account yet, there's a special link in the description in this video. They'll get you a free limited card once you've bought 5 from the auctions. It's the best way to start up with Sorare. It's the way everyone signs up. And if you start your account and you haven't clicked on that link, you're 1 card worse off than everyone else. When you get the free card, you can keep it, you can sell it, you can do whatever you want with it. At any point in the video, if you laugh, you learn, you like something or whatever, please do like and subscribe to this channel as well. It would mean a lot. We're trying to get on both channels here and at the Celtic Sorare here up to 10,000 subscribers by the new European season. And guys, let's just get stuck into it, okay? Now, the first place we're going to start to build a Celtic stack is going to be in the limited region. Now, the limited scarcity, I beg your pardon, okay? Now, for the seasons that have passed so far on Sorare, which Celtic have been a part of, which was the 2021 season and last season, the 22-23 season. For this one in particular, there is no opportunity to get any first owner bonus. Now, why is that important? No matter what division you're going to be playing in with Celtic, you are going to be exposed to XP, which is the little multiplier that helps your team be a wee bit different and be a wee bit better to all of them out of there. And if you're going to go after the full team, collection bonus is going to come into the reckoning, where there is literally hundreds of Celtic players at the moment that are, like, look at this, so many people are in the 2, 3s and 4% with the older seasons. That for me, if you're going to be picking up a Celtic stack of an older season, then I would beware a little bit, because the new season, the cards are going to look a little bit nicer. It's going to be the totally up-to-date squad for the coming season as well. So if I'm building a stack today from zero, and I'm a Celtic fan, or I'm looking to stack Celtic, is slightly different. If I'm a Celtic fan looking to stack, I'm maybe going to wait until the new season. Maybe I'll get some cards now to make sure I'm playing and stuff like that, but I'm not going to go full collection at this point in time. I hope that makes sense. If for a Sorare player just looking to get some Celtic cards and a Celtic stack, because of the competition out there, you need to lock in the 2% as a minimum, and you really need to think about a strategy that will get you to 3% over time as well, regardless of what main stack we're going to actually start off with. Because if you're going to run this over the course of the season, these differentials will come into play and will bite you on the bum on occasion, and they could actually make you, for the better. Now, for the current Celtic squad, Johar is the goalkeeper the goalkeeper buy to make, of course. And for a rare goalkeeper, he's actually not really that expensive compared to a lot in the market, if you think Joe Hart isn't going to be replaced or another goalkeeper is going to join the club. Connor Hazard has moved into the Championship, and the market believes, with the price that he's at, that he's going to play for Plymouth. So you could even get Connor Hazard in as a goalkeeper. With the amount of games the Championship has and when they play, there's actually a lot of crossover. So Connor Hazard could be a viable Celtic stacking goalkeeper option, unlike Siegrist and Bain. If we do sign a new keeper, again, maybe we can get a card from him if he's been in a licensed club already, but that's something to think about. In the defence, for me, there's just question marks here, there, and everywhere. When it comes to left-back, Bernaby's been very impressive by all accounts in pre-season so far. Greg Taylor made that position his own. I just think there's a big question mark there, and I find it impossible to say at any scarcity level I would be looking to stack in the left-back position, because there might even be a signing in there as well. So for defence, it feels like it could only really be Alistair Johnson for Defender 1. The reason I would put Alistair Johnson as Defender 1 is he is slightly cheaper, but cheaper is cheaper than Cameron Carter-Vickers. And CCV himself is a fantastic defender, one of the best defenders on the platform, but he is injured and he has been out a few times, and because his scores are a bit punchier, and like I say, he is just a bit more expensive. So I think you maybe get a bit more security with Alistair Johnson, and handcuffing him with a Ralston isn't really that unfeasible or beyond most people who are going to be playing this game economically. I'd rather go right back than left back, if you get me. But the big points are scored in centre defence. Starfelt, Kobayashi, Welsh, I don't feel any of them are options to be picking up at the moment. Celtic are on the verge of signing Novrotsky from Legia Warsaw, left-footed centre-back. So Cameron Carter-Vickers is at a great price at the moment because of his injury, but you won't be able to use him immediately. Likewise, you won't be able to use Alistair Johnson immediately, but by handcuffing that right-back situation, handcuffing means getting both the rotation parts, who's the starter and who's the backup, then you can start the season with Ralston and evolve into Johnson as the stack. That's what I would start with if I'm buying it today. Now, there might be some transfer business that goes on in midfield over the summer, okay? But regardless of what scarcity you're looking at, Matt O'Reilly, Rio Hatate, and Callum McGregor are pretty much on an equal footing and an equal pegging. As long as Rio doesn't leave or O'Reilly doesn't leave, I don't think neither will, to be quite frank. If they do, it will be January. It is a matter of personal taste and personal budget. Matt O'Reilly gets huge peaks and gets a great all-around AA for a midfielder, as does Rio Hatate. They both probably have a little bit more decisive action capability, I beg your pardon, than Callum McGregor does. But McGregor, for his money, for the money it costs to get his card in, he plays every game and he plays basically every minute. So that is a real set and forget, rinse and repeat effort. So I think with the midfield, if you can afford to get McGregor in alongside of take your poison between O'Reilly and Rio, for me, I would go with O'Reilly. I think O'Reilly is probably the most likely to finish the season at Celtic, and I think both of them will score just as well, if I'm quite honest. When it comes to the tertiary, the backup guys, I do like Haksabanovic, but he's a forward card. Turnbull could leave. Iwata could be very good value for money as well, because if he does come in to certain periods of the season and you know when he's going to play and he scoops up that defensive all-around game that we know he can do, he could be a very valuable part of the stack. But I think for me, the main midfield options feel like McGregor and O'Reilly. And when it comes to the strikers of the current roster, we've obviously lost Jota to Saudi Arabia, we've lost Giakoumakis to the MLS, so we've only got these four guys here. And really, at the moment, Abada's still a coin toss, but if he does stay, I think you can get the starting front three out of this team, probably Dyson, Kyogo and Abada, and then it is pick your poison. Now, I find it ridiculous that Dyson Maeda, at rare level especially, is the cheapest of the three, with him having the strongest pre-season, and I think Brendan Rodgers has just been glowing about him ever since coming in to see him train at the club and whatever. So I think Dyson Maeda, he gets a better AA score than Kyogo as well. Dyson is capable of, doing a 52, doing an 80 off, he actually makes a few more passes and tries to make a few more actions in the match. Whereas Kyogo, as we know quite famously, is a bit more of just in terms of under Ange last season anyway, let's see what happens this year, but he's certainly more of a tap-in merchant, typically speaking, if you listen to the stereotypes and whatever. He does a lot for the team, of course, but in terms of Sorare, it is goal or no goal, like you can see here, there's no middle ground. So for the stack right now, I think Maeda is the play, So to answer that question that I get asked all the time, if I was building the stack today, right now, to get ready to go for the new season, I'd be getting Joe Hart in goals, I'd be getting Ralston and Alistair Johnson as a little double cover for defence. In midfield, I'd be getting O'Reilly and McGregor. And if you're only going to get one striker, I'd be getting Dyson Maeda. But if you can get two, of course, get Kyogo. And I love Haksabanovic and Osungyu as squad options as well. But Dyson Maeda is the best bang for buck at the moment. And don't overlook James Forrest as a midfielder card either, by the way. I hope you've enjoyed this one, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and retweet and all that good stuff. Stay out of trouble, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.